Up, guys? Just waiting for Kent to join. Sup, Kent? Hey, Oliver's online. What up, Oliver? Nice of you to join us.
Hey
Oh, good
man,
day.
how's it going? Good to see you again, man.
Oh, good to see you again. It's like the third time in the last 7 days we've been online.
I know. We keep trying. It's the weather's really beautiful here, and just clear skies. So hopefully it's better today.
Hopefully so, hey. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't really say much about our weather. It's night time. You know,
What
normal
time is it?
dark sky. At the moment, I'm not even sure. Let me just check. It's 11:18.
Oh wow, it's late over there.
It's kind of a big difference between you and us.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, as long as you
Um,
don't mind doing it this late.
I really don't mind, it's just like I need to get content for my channel, so
Okay, that's
you
good.
gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta do what you gotta do, hey?
Right. You gotta make it happen. Yeah.
Exactly, compromisation. But yeah,
Exactly.
the connection looks to be better this time.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, but yeah, so you're just gonna start now?
Sure.
Okay, so let's just start again at the start. When did you start your racing in single seater?
Yeah, I started racing. So talking about pro single seater, I started racing them 3 years ago. After the parts and basically let go IndyCar racing and spec South America sports cars. So it became fun. I was 15 years old. Didn't really know what I was doing yet. That was a big step along the way. So we climbed an F4 and had a good couple years in F4. And yeah, then moved into three last year and getting back into the racing process here. See if it gets going.
Whenever, hopefully soon, eh? And
Yeah, hopefully.
can you just talk me about your first few years in single seater racing with the F4s?
Yeah, sure. So F4 is it's one of the only racing series with the price point that it has. So the good thing about that is that lots of drivers basically go to F4, and not many people get the opportunity to go into 500 plus $1 million or something like that drive for it. So,
That's cool.
yeah, so F4 is great in the fact that it's very cost effective. So the grid is incredibly competitive, and I was joining just at the point where F4 had been around for a few years, and F4 had gotten competitive. And actually, my first year of F4, my first and second year, they were one of the highest car counts F4 had ever seen. So we were hitting 35 cars in some races just per day, which was insane. And no other series can do it really. That's what's kind of going right now. So yeah, we're really jumping into PMAC. It's something I drove driving up here in New Hampshire, and I know you don't know too much about America, but those are very small states over here with not many people around. So did have a lot of opportunities to run around here. And yeah, so jumping into really competitive series. So that first year was tough, and we really learned a good. But that second year, we really came together. And by the end of the second year, I had and I'm not skipping out a part. I had a pole position, and
That's good.
right at the end of the year, I actually was able to go from 31st to 6th place in one race. So that was, yeah, probably the best race I've ever done. And a great time. And very enjoyable.
I'm actually gonna have to go try and look up that place because yeah, it sounds like you had a great time on the track.
Yeah, yeah, please do. It was a great time. I am sure you guys were in too. It was the third race of the weekend. We actually, we just got disqualified from the back. There was a technical error, and so we were starting at the back, and we were really quick to get the muscle rig going before we hit the races. So, it was just we went into it. It was just like we're gonna make the best out of this, and we'll see what happens. And yeah, the race was really fun.
Yeah, I can imagine, hey? Sounds like you had a great time over there.
Yeah,
And what what were your career highlights in the Formula 4 overall?
Yeah, probably that weekend. That weekend is just, you know, it was the first time I've ever done anything so especially the beginning, it was such a shock being able to show the track and be like, wow, race car around and seeing you. I raced against, you know, from America, really big names over there, and it was just, you know, showed up to the track.
I can imagine, and the F4 is actually one of the better series to watch, just because there's a lot of young kids trying to make their mark, so they'll try some very questionable maneuvers at the inside,
Yep.
if I can say it like that.
I probably have my fair share of going for gaps.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I actually love watching the junior Formula, because in Formula 1 you don't see them taking that many chances and try some risky maneuvers up the inside unless you watch Daniel Ricciardo race. He's the only guy actually going for the inside always.
Yeah.
Oh, very expensive.
$1 million car, right? You know, it was actually enough.
Yeah.
2 hours.
And another reason why I think you see more interesting, more better maneuvers up the inside in the junior Formula is because if you race in F1, you're already ready to rock, you're already at the top tier. The junior Formula, you still want to get spotted, and that's where I'm not sure, but that's one of the reasons I think you get a lot of moves like that. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
No, I agree with you. There's a lot of stage when you're not curve yourself and you and you're right, you know, a lot of having young records. You put that all together and you get really good.
Yeah, you haven't learned about, like, you're still growing up, like, how do I explain? Like, you're still getting into the racing vibe, like, getting yourself ready, track ready, getting that racing mentality.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I couldn't even drive free yet, right? My driver's license was free, and I was racing F4 against, you know, big name people. So, yeah, I totally experience it, but it's the perfect place, and you got to take the jump.
Yeah, that's true. You need to take the first step sometime, but it's better taking it earlier than later. So, like you said, you were 15, it's better taking it when you're 15 than trying to go for it when you're 20, only 20.
It's important to get on it early, especially now because, like, if Max Verstappen, like, kids are you know, Max Verstappen was 17 when he first started racing. That's
I actually remember that year because I was 16 and I thought to myself, damn it, what I would do to race Formula 1 next year.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he had a career under most race car drivers, actually 90% of race car drivers, however old they are, don't make it that far. He was in 17, so it's definitely racing years. You got to get on it young. You know, that doesn't mean that you can't make it, but it's definitely an advantage.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie, but it's always fun to watch you guys race in the junior categories just because of seeing the moves you make. But you also just look at some people like Dakota Dickerson last season having a pretty good season, and then it's hard to catch them later on. That's the only like downside. And even if you look at Marino Sato's season last year, he had Frederick Wesley, both having dominant seasons, and that's like you actually only mainly tuned in to watch the mid pack try and chase.
Right, yeah, definitely. And yeah, you're right. I mean, also kids are getting better at racing and they're starting to do it. So, like Max Verstappen was 17, he's really good at 17.
That's true. Just look at the days he did in the karting and his junior Formula. Like, you put up some impressive numbers over there.
Yeah, definitely. And he's really right. He's like, right? He's also the same race car driver. Just need time to get the feet under them.
And an example of the type of driver you just mentioned is George Russell, winning GP3, going over to Formula 2, going over to Formula 1 in 3 consecutive years.
Yeah, exactly perfect. He's actually my favorite race driver. He's my favorite.
Now, I remember from the last time we had a little chat, you told me your favorite big was when you won the big.
Right, yeah, but especially in Europe, you're so right. Like, within 3 years, never raced a car before.
Jumping through the hoops.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Okay, so you're excited for this year's American Formula, I can't remember what it's called, the USA 3. That's how
Road of Americans.
Yes, that one. I just have to get used to the new name. You don't hear a lot about it in South Africa.
No, I understand.
But you ready for the championship?
Yeah, we had good progress last year. Last year, and honestly, like, we got the car figured out now, and we've even right, again, that's a red flag for us. So, the teams got themselves ready, right? And on Instagram and stuff. But our team actually just moved from New York, which is a fairly rural state, not much up here, to South Carolina. And then moved down to South Carolina to be able to racetrack. So my team's now located on a racetrack, which is really, really exciting. It's going to be, the next chapter for us. And it's going to give us a lot of chances to like test, and get out on the track and give us a lot of opportunities to happen. So my team is very quickly becoming one of the big players in that arena. And very successful. So I'm really excited to get into it next year. As far as me, especially with the quarantine being inside and being indoors, I'm less ready as I ever have been for this season. I've been, exercising, taking that fitness very seriously. I've been on the simulator a lot, getting my head in the right spot and really kind of working on the mental side of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can see you do. Every time we're on a video call, you're always in your simulator.
Right, yeah. It's fun.
I can see you look like you're enjoying yourself very much over there.
Yeah. I had to have fun. Quarantine started.
That's when the hours started coming in for the sim.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I had to get my computer fixed, which was a kind of a nightmare. But I finally got that fixed, and now I'm doing a lot of sim racing, so I'm having fun with it finally.
Do you stream your sim racing or what?
No, I don't personally stream sim racing yet, but like the current championship I'm competing in is the Trans Am Championship, and that's streamed on YouTube and Twitch.
I think I'll go have a look at that on YouTube later on tonight. See
Yeah,
how you're coming along. Because personally, I'm not a big fan of sim racing, because I think I just prefer the real deal. But since the lockdown started and all sports has been halted, I actually started watching a lot of sim racing. I realized you get some pretty good sim racing.
yeah, definitely. I'm the same way. Like I'm not as good as on a sim as I am in real life, and some people are like that, I feel. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly great practice. It's the closest thing, and it's pretty scary how close it is now. So it's good practice. Check out the Trans Am stuff. The last weekend was a tough weekend. It was a bloodbath in Trans Am. I got the reverse grid pole in the second race, and I was leading the race, and basically just got hit a couple times and moved back. Which is tough because it's really, really hard racing in Trans Am. But
And
looking forward to this week. Huh?
and every now and then you get a lag spike that unfortunately hits you off the track.
Yeah, that definitely happens too. Yeah, a couple of incidents with netcode and cars flying around the track.
With the network having some problems, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like you have someone greeting you over there in the chat.
Oh yeah, yep. It's a relative. Hey Josh, shout out for Josh.
Now,
He's
I
from
always like to get the chat involved in these little interviews, because since I'm a big racing fan, and I always want to get involved with the racing, so that's why personally I think whenever the chat has a question, they can come through with it.
okay, yeah. Well, shout out Josh. He's a cousin of mine from Wales. So
The relative that lives furthest away from me is in Tanzania, which is just upwards in Africa. So I don't really have someone from another continent.
okay, your whole family's from Africa.
Basically, I know someone. I know someone in America because my sister has a friend in the States, so I know a bit about the States.
Okay, got you. Have you
Uh,
come over here yet?
no, my sister has been there two, three occasions. I'm not sure how many times, but she has been there. I actually have a baseball glove that came from the States.
Nice. Do you know what team? Was it like signed?
No, it's not signed, but it's just like a regular old glove.
Oh,
But
that's
it's pretty
nice.
cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool for me because like, we don't really have that type of sport here in South Africa. So I personally
Yeah,
think it's cool.
right. You just have cricket. Yeah, yeah.
We have cricket, rugby, soccer, and cross country. We have that.
Cross country. We have that too. Yeah, that's not a very big sport over here, but we definitely have that too. Yeah.
Uh, okay, so let's just get on with the little interview. So what's next for you in your career? What are you looking forward to do in your career?
Yep. Shooting for the Indy. Shooting for the Indy 500. That's where the career goal is for sure. Especially now with the announcement that the winner of Formula Regional Americas gets an Indy Lights ride. I'm definitely shooting to get that. And yeah, I've always with my dad. That's such our tradition here. We made a bunch of Kentucky Fried Chicken. American so yeah, I'm very excited. Hopefully, I'm always excited to get off and try to advance my career. So definitely want to play someday, and I'd love to. And also that's
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna believe me, but last year was actually the first time I ever actually watched the 500.
yeah. What do you think?
Pretty interesting. Like I've never seen a race around oval circuits, to be honest, because it's not like I said, racing isn't very big around South Africa, but we're getting the racing is starting to come through more and more serious because around the last few years we actually started getting NASCAR on TV. We started getting the Australian supercars and the Indy cars also coming through around lately. So last year was the first time I actually got to watch the 500.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. I really do. First of all, it's like the analytics. What is it? Just 3 hours, 3.5 hours of racing. It's just insane, and it's fun. Being able to be there's so much heritage, and racing is just so everything. And you can draft a lot of
To be honest, last year when I was watching the qualifying, I really with all of my heart hoped that we would see Alonso in the 500. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't come to pass.
yeah, that was tough. I want to see him over there too, just because I love getting drivers from other sides of the IndyCar, and I want to see IndyCar grow. That's something that they can do to help themselves grow drivers.
Okay, and so the next question I have is actually from the chat. It's from Josh asking, do you miss racing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, wanting to get back to this as possible. Safety first for everybody. So we'll take our time getting back to it. But yeah, I really do miss it. It's such a big part of when I train on every day. So to not be able to do it is
I can imagine. I've only been getting into the league racing around lately and I'm already enjoying it, so I can understand you missing real racing.
Yeah, it's just such a big part of my life. Right now.
I could understand because you've been working your whole life, I presume, to get to where you are now at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much. I started
The first time I ever went go-karting, I think I was about 10, but that was just like a random go-kart track for 50 rand.
Okay. You've been watching before that and stuff? Or your first time?
No, I actually grew up watching Formula One because you can basically say I watched it since I was born, even though I had no idea what's going on TV. But I watched it because my grandpa used to watch Formula One, my dad watches Formula One, and my mom watches Formula One, so I grew up watching it.
Oh, okay. That's really good. I'm always
I
good.
think,
Glad to bring new kids into the generation.
yes, I think that's why I have such a passion for motorsport is because I grew up watching it. Like since I was born, I've never missed a race unless I'm on vacation and can't watch the race. If I'm at home, I always watch the race.
Wow, that's way more impressive. I agree with you though. I grew up with you, so it's really like how
One of my youngest memories I had, we always had an old bike helmet laying around my house, and then whenever I finished watching the Formula One, I would put the helmet on my head and then run around the house pretending I'm a racing driver.
That's really cute. That's a good story.
That was my most fondest memories I have.
Yeah. Well, now you make me happy.
Yeah, but that was my dreams. Now my dreams is more to be like on-screen personality or commentator or something around that order.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I really love, yeah, I really love racing, but I've just realized that it isn't for me to be the driver, but to be in the business. That's my big dream at the moment.
Yeah. That's just a lot of opportunity, a lot of money to be made in racing.
That's true. That's true.
I wish you luck.
And thank you. I hope you make the 500 and you win it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
And if you win the 500, you mustn't forget about my little channel, eh?
No, no. By then you'll have a couple million followers, so I won't be able to forget about it.
We'll hope so, and then you can someone come back for another interview.
Yeah, we'll do another interview after I win the 500. That sounds good.
An exclusive interview with Indy 500 winner.
Ken Vaccaro, yeah, I like the sound of that. I really do.
That's a big story for me as well, so we gotta aim for our goals.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
Then, well, thank you a lot for being on the channel, Kent. Hopefully we'll see you soon again. Hopefully the
Yeah,
racing gets started. One last
definitely. I appreciate
question. One last question before you go. Do you think you guys are still going to do a full-length calendar, or do you think the calendar is going to be reduced?
it's probably going to be reduced just because everybody, right? So, everybody books all the tracks throughout the year and fills up all the weekends pretty much. And, now everybody's got to do that instead of 6 or 7 months from like May to September. Everybody has to do that from like 3 months, from like probably late July to September, October. So there's just not going to be enough track space for all the series to get all the racing in that they want to get in. So it's probably going to be slightly reduced. I don't think it's going to be majorly reduced. Maybe instead of 7 weekends, it's only going to be 6 or 5, but we'll see.
Okay, but once again, thank you for coming on the channel. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Take it easy.